Great job to the Detroit Lions. You guys really deserve this win. It seemed like we just very much underestimated your team. I really knew that you guys were a great team, but we had so many different things that happened for the Arizona Cardinals that went absolutely horrendous and absolutely wrong. We're going to go ahead and dive into the pros and cons of this game here shortly. Go ahead and roll that intro. Welcome back in, guys. It is the AZ Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for coming back. Big congratulations to the Detroit Lion fan base. I know there's a lot of you guys who subscribe to my channel. Thank you so very much. Congratulations on the win. But I do want to go ahead and touch on this game was lost by the Arizona Cardinals. You guys had a lot to play with it. Definitely, I'm not going to go ahead and take this away from you, but it was just mistake after mistake. There was a lot of great pros to it, and there was a lot of cons. Now, this was probably the first game in the season. Now, granted, it's only like 3 games into the season, but right now sitting at 2-1 now. This game was very sloppy, very ugly to watch, especially in the first half. And I really think it was all due to Kyler Murray and the defense as well. So we'll go ahead and dive into it. Let's go ahead and talk about the pros here real quick. Let's see if we can get ourselves a little hyped up, a little jacked up here. So pros for this game, it seems like Kenyon Drake was getting a little bit more involved in the game. That was awesome. Also, Andy Isabella. Yes, I freaking knew it. I love Andy Isabella. I'm glad he's getting the more reps. Obviously, after the Christian Kirk groin injury that happened, he was held out for this entirety of the game. Andy Isabella got an opportunity to come in, and he came out with 2 touchdowns, one in a corner route, and it seemed like there was kind of like another, like an out route that he ended up just like getting it and getting another touchdown here. So congratulations to Andy Isabella getting 2 touchdowns. That's really amazing. I want to go ahead and say Jordan Phillips got a sack. We ended up seeing Devon Kennard getting a sack as well. So congratulations to them. Also, Corey Peters got a sack as well. So kudos on him. We ended up seeing his dance, which honestly, it makes me happy all the time seeing his dance. I wish we could see it a lot more, but I wanted to see a little bit more production from Chandler Jones, and it seemed like we were able to see very much from him, but it did seem like the rest of the D-line was getting some sacks. So kudos to that. Another great thing that I'd like to go ahead and say here, I like Hassan Reddick, what I've been seeing so far, him sitting on the outside linebacking spot, rushing the quarterback. I like him in that position. I think he's really, really good there. He's thriving off of it. There was one play where he ended up playing on coverage and trying to block TJ Hawkinson, and we all know that's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen, and I hate when we do that, but if we can just keep him at the outside linebacking spot, that would be awesome. Let's keep him there. Amazing. I also want to mention here, Kyler Murray did have an okay game. Like, he had some awesome moments, but then he had some moments. As far as good stuff, I think he ended up getting 2 passing touchdowns, but he had a rushing touchdown that was really awesome. He ended up getting sticky with, I believe it was Jeff Okudah, so really kudos to him. That was a really cool move. It seemed like it's making highlights all across like the Arizona Cardinals, so awesome job on that. But let's go ahead and move on to the cons. Now, there is a lot of cons here, guys, so just bear with me here. Number one thing here, Kyler Murray throwing 3 interceptions and possibly 4. That 4th interception was gonna be an interception because he pretty much forced it to Larry Fitzgerald, and the guy just pretty much just dropped it, whoever was on the opposite side that was playing for the Detroit Lions. So could have been possibly 4 interceptions, but ended up being 3, which is still terrible, very sloppy, just in general. Also, Adrian Peterson, although I think he only got like 60 yards rushing, man, he's good, man. He seemed like he was working the progressions a lot, running the ball really good. So that's really concerning for the Arizona Cardinals as well. It seemed like it stopped on the second half. The first half, you've seen a lot more Adrian Peterson, and I think the Lions kind of went away from that kind of mentality, but Adrian Peterson was looking good, so that's really concerning for the Arizona Cardinals defense. Also, the defense gave up a touchdown on the 2-minute drill. Now, this was hideous. It was completely and utter garbage time, and the Arizona Cardinals ended up giving up a touchdown, and that's really frustrating to see, especially because Golladay, first game coming back, and it seemed like he had a pretty good game coming back, so kudos to him, but just overall, that's not how you want to go ahead and take it into the half, taking the lead into the half, which is definitely not good. Also, I don't like that at all. So we got to go ahead and make sure that we tighten that kind of stuff up. Also, the Zane Gonzalez missed another extra point. He ended up drilling a field goal, getting 3 points for the Arizona Cardinals, but he ended up missing an extra point, which is really weird to me. I don't know, maybe he's like forcing it too fast, or he's maybe just rushing himself. I don't know, but he's definitely got to go ahead and work on that as well. Another thing I want to mention is penalties. Penalties kill the Arizona Cardinals, whether it's just a pass interference or a holding call, just something silly, something dumb like that. Offsides is another dumb one. We seem like the penalties need to be cleaned up, and this is a perfect opportunity for the Arizona Cardinals to really go ahead and start getting humbled right now, because honestly, starting off with the 2-0 start, everybody thought we were flying high, but honestly, you got to give it kudos to the Detroit Lions. They came out with a really good game plan and frazzled the heck out of Kyler Murray. Ended up throwing 3 touchdowns and possibly 4. Also, one last thing I want to mention here, the Arizona Cardinals sending blitzes. It seemed like we're sending a lot of blitzes, which is cool. It's awesome if it works. The issue that I'm seeing a lot is that we're sending a lot of blitzes, but they're very ineffective. Now, when you're sending blitzes, you're sending multiple people towards the quarterback. And honestly, I think it was really obvious that Matthew Stafford really saw the blitz is coming, and he shoots just really quick, like out routes or just like a swing pass or a flat pass, something like that. And it seemed like he was very effective against our blitz. So I don't know. I didn't really like the blitz calls when we were blitzing them. It seemed like we just gave up a lot of big plays for the Arizona Cardinals. But overall, guys, I think this was a game that we kind of needed. I know we were flying really high. The Arizona Cardinals team seemed like we were going to, just be very good, and that still might be the case. This is only one loss, so we're 2-1 right now. So granted, we had the opportunity to be 3-0. The good other thing is that the Rams ended up losing as well, so now they're 2-1. Hopefully the Seahawks lose, but we'll see about that. And they're starting off as hot as they can possibly become, so we'll see exactly what happens with them. But kudos to the Lions fans, man. You guys really deserve this win. Patricia, I don't know how much he so much had involvement in this game, but honestly, this was a loss that I feel like the Arizona Cardinals needed to taste. Because we were flying high, we were flying like we were untouchable, and honestly, I think we needed to get punched in the mouth to come back stronger against the Carolina Panthers next week, guys. So that's all I got for this episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If there's something I missed, definitely put it in the comments below. Leave a like, and that is all I got for this episode, guys. Thank you so very much, and I'm out.